Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee with Convery, where we explore the journeys of students, professionals, and changemakers navigating life, learning, and leadership. Today, I'm completely thrilled to welcome Bianca Barrager, a bright and inspiring student leader currently attending Elon University in North Carolina. From her beginnings in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, to her new chapter at Elon, Bianca's journey is one of purpose, heart, and empowerment, especially as a young woman paving her path. Bianca, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So excited to talk to you. So let's start with a few rapid fire questions. What do you think is your superpower?
I think talking is my superpower. I love being able to talk to anybody. I love just going up to strangers and talking to them, or even I find value in having like a meaningful conversation, especially between like adults. I love talking to my friends' parents, and
Amazing.
I love talking. I will talk 24/7 all the time if I could.
I love that. And you discover new things through that, right? You learn.
Yes.
So, what was your favorite high school subject?
I really enjoyed taking this meteorology class where you learned about like the weather and atmosphere just because it was a type of class that like I had never
Hmm,
really learned anything about before. So either that or my apiology class. I loved that class so much.
nice, nice. And we all start somewhere doing something, and I know you're still navigating this world of work, but what was your first job you ever had?
My first job was being a babysitter slash nanny, and I actually still work for the same family. Like I was with them yesterday. So
Oh,
for the past
nice.
like 4 years, I've been working with the same family,
Mm,
especially in the summers, and now I'm helping their students with like their summer work through like their summer math packets and things. So I've been tutoring them as well.
Oh my God,
Very
very
nice.
cool. Very cool. Plus, it'd be cool to see them go through life too,
Bro,
4 years, right?
yes. Yeah.
Amazing. If you had to pick one word to describe yourself, what would it be?
I'd probably this question's so hard because I'm so indecisive,
That's
but
okay.
I would have to go with like enthusiastic. I feel like no matter what people are telling me, or like if anyone's ever like sharing a story or just having like a normal conversation, I just love like giving feedback or just like being happy to hear like a good story or like just showing emotion when I'm hearing things and like speaking as well.
Enthusiasm. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, well, now let's get into your story. Can't wait to share this with all our listeners. So, first, let's start with high school to university. It's a big step, right? Many people
Yeah.
everyone goes kind of through that if they go off to secondary school. So, I wanted to ask you, just if you think back a little bit, like what were those final months of high school like for you? Was it bittersweet, exciting? Was it overwhelming? What were the feelings you were having?
Bittersweet is definitely what I would say. I was either so happy and so excited um to start a new chapter, or I was like really upset, scared about what I was leaving behind.
Hmm.
Because especially because I went to a really small private school and only about maybe like 10 of us went out of state.
Oh, wow.
So it was a really scary transition, but I feel like especially during the summer as the time started like getting close to move in, it stopped being so sad emotional and I just got really super excited. So I feel like you go through a whole roller coaster of emotions and the second I actually got to school, I was like, bye mom, bye dad. I was so ready. I was so ready. It was so exciting.
That's so
Yeah.
cool to hear, and it's great for our listeners too, who may be going through that same journey right now,
Yeah.
right? It's normal to have those feelings and to feel
Yeah.
confused, excited, not happy,
Very.
sad in a way too to leave your friends. Um, I always ask this question because I think it's really interesting how people choose where they go to school and how they evaluate the different programs and things. But what ultimately led you to Elon University? Was it the campus, the programs, the vibe? What got you there?
I had just been searching all over the place to find a school that was kind of on the smaller side, but not super tiny that I knew every single person, but still not a huge
Hmm.
like public school that I didn't know anybody when I was walking to class. I wanted to find somewhere in between. Um so definitely size was a big thing for me.
Okay.
along with just honestly the overall vibe of the school. I took a bunch of tours of colleges in North and South Carolina, even some in Georgia, because I knew I wanted to leave Pennsylvania
Hmm.
and go south just because I had always loved southern weather, southern people. Like I just knew I was meant to start like heading down south. Um, so when I the first time I ever visited Elon, the second I stepped on campus, and I'm not lying, I actually started crying. Like it was so weird. The second I got out of the
Wow.
car, I was like, this is it. I knew it the second I got out of
Wow.
the car. And I tell people this, they're like, there's no way. I'm like, when people say that you know if it's the right fit for you, there will be something that you see or something that you like feel, and I truly trust your gut feeling.
Amazing.
Um,
Great
and the campus
advice.
is beautiful. The campus is
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah. No, and that's a great piece of advice for people to trust your gut, when
Yeah,
you find the right place and put your best foot forward, right? I mean,
yes.
what else is there? So I know when you go from, first of all, leaving home, leaving state, going to a different space, there's sometimes unexpected challenges in those transitions. Was there anything that you faced that you want to share with the audience?
Yeah. I think the hardest part was moving away from my parents. Um, I was okay leaving my town because I was honestly just ready for a change in that aspect, but I didn't realize how hard it was going to be actually not having my mom and dad there every day.
Yeah.
Um, we talked all the time on the phone and FaceTimed and everything, but it was obviously very much not the same. And it's not like if I get sick, I can go home.
Right.
So
You're a few
being
states
sick,
away.
yeah, being sick the first time down at school was definitely something that I was trying to prepare myself for because I knew I was going to get sick at some point, but it was definitely difficult without them being there to take care of me. But as the year went on, it got easier and easier to start like living on my own.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Some life lessons and a steps
Yeah.
into adulting, I guess is the right way to
Yeah.
phrase it too, right?
You kind of just get thrown into it.
Yeah. We all need
Yeah.
our mom and dad though still when we get sick. I'm
Yeah.
always and I'm a big baby when it comes to that too. So
Me too.
all right, so let's give some advice for students. Not that we haven't done that already. A lot of students are, tuning in, might be thick in the thick of decision making right now. And I'd like to ask this question of students that are fairly new into their student experience and things, and to think back, if you could go back and give your 12th grade self a piece of advice, what would it be?
Hmm. I would say like don't be scared
Hmm.
about anything.
Okay.
It can be relating to college, it can be relating to like friends, and I don't know if I should still be friends with this person when I go to school. If like don't be scared to move on. Don't be
And
scared
grow.
to grow. Sometimes you have to like lose things to be able to like step into the next chapter of your future.
Wow.
So I'd
Yeah.
have to say, or even in general, just don't be scared to do different things. Don't be scared to join clubs your senior year. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like just go do whatever you want to. Be smart about it. Just don't be scared. That was like the one thing I wish I would have. I definitely started living more by that like second half of my
Hmm.
senior year, but in the beginning I was still like, oh, like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, would it be weird if I did that? Like, what if I wear this? What if I like just really don't? You just cannot be scared.
I think that's one of the hardest things is, that self-doubt and,
Hmm.
having that imposter syndrome of like, oh, should I do this, not do this? What if I'm not good enough? And I like your idea of don't be scared, try it, put yourself out there. It's the only way you're
Yeah,
gonna maybe even skin your knee and learn, right? Like,
yeah, definitely.
awesome. So I wanted to see if there's a myth or misconception about university life that you would like to bust for some high schoolers.
Hmm. I'd I'd probably have to say that like I don't professors I've heard before I went into
Okay, yeah.
college that like professors are they're going to be like really scary and like really hard and really strict, or they're going to be really easygoing. I truly think that they all tend to find a middle ground, at least the ones that I've come in
Hmm.
contact with. Um, I think that the best possible piece of advice I have for college and for like navigating it is going and talking to your professors the first week of your classes. Um, because it can make the difference between them being the strict professor that doesn't give you like a day off if you're sick,
Yeah.
and because they can be like that, but if you go and you make an actual genuine connection with them, they can like truly see who you are, and they'll know that like, oh, they're not just staying home to like blow off class, they're like actually need a day off. I feel like making a genuine connection with your professors and like administration really pushes you far along and gives you more connections in the long run.
I love that because what you're talking about is just relationship building that matters,
Yeah,
right? And I think so much
very.
about life is relationships. Uh, if you extend yourself and show an interest in the professor and getting to know them, then they get to know you, and you're not just a number on their sheet, right? Like, really great advice, Bianca. Let's talk about leadership and identity because I know you've done some really cool things. And I'm super excited to talk about this. And it goes back to even what you said about 12th grade. Like, if you see a club, join it, get involved,
Yeah.
right? So you've already stepped into a leadership role as a student, and that's really incredible. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the leadership roles you've taken on at Elon, how that came about? Like, tell us a story, like how it happened. Yeah.
Okay, so last summer, I was getting emails through their leadership department just because I honestly don't even know if I signed up. I know that when I applied, everything on my resume was just leadership, leadership, leadership,
Yeah.
student government, different leadership programs in my area, in Pennsylvania. But I just started getting all these emails pushing like, oh, sign up for this, apply for this thing. And I filled out everything. I knew the second I got to school, I wanted to be as involved and busy as possible. I love being busy. I love having a schedule from the second I wake up to the moment I go to bed. Um, so I ended up getting a few of the things that I did apply for. And the one was a selection from a panel. Basically, you just had to tell them if you were interested or not, and then they went and did background and like look through your application and
Yeah.
everything. And that's how I was selected as president of our historic resident neighborhood.
Wow.
Basically, there's four neighborhoods at Elon that you can live in as a freshman and sophomore, kind of. And I was selected to be president of um, one of them that I
Yeah.
lived in, and it was a lot of fun. I helped run different events, a lot of behind the scene work that I really enjoyed. Getting to know like the ropes of everything because I feel like in high school you're always the one at the event leading it there, but I did a lot of the background
A lot of
planning
preparation.
prior. Yes, lots of preparation. And it was so much fun. It was just another group of people that I was very like-minded with because everybody was like, "Oh, like I did all this leadership stuff in high school," and it was just a lot um more in common to talk about
Yeah.
with that group of people. And I'm very happy I got that because especially because my advisor, she has a lot to do with what I am now attempting to go to school for.
Yeah.
So, which I'll probably talk about later.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so there was the president of historic, and then also over the summer I applied for this social media ambassador, and I did not think I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not. I had ran a couple of my high school's like social media pages in the past, especially like through my cheerleading, and we had like this little cheerleading mascot that I ran the social media of. So
What was the
I had a
mascot? I'm
few.
curious.
It it's a doll. It's like a
Okay.
little American Girl doll
Oh,
that
I
gets
know.
passed
Yeah,
down to the most spirited cheerleader in their senior year.
gotcha.
So yeah, it's definitely a riot to look at for sure. Um, so I run all those accounts. I love just being on my phone. I'm a teenager, so I'm on it all the time. So I was like, you know what? If I get this, I'm gonna be having a position for doing something that I already love doing.
Yeah,
So I was selected as a social media ambassador for Elon University. Basically,
congrats.
I have a Elon account. It's like Elon underscore Bianca or something. And I get to just post about my day. I get to post the pretty sunsets that I see there or anything that I want to push out about the campus. I love the fact that it's because I did, as I said, cheerleading in high school. It
Yeah,
gives me a sense of like ambassadorship for my school. I've always loved representing my school because I feel like I have so much like passion towards where I go that I love representing it in a positive way. So I truly enjoy just posting on my little Elon Bianca account and and showing people even from Pennsylvania at home like what I'm up to and what I'm eating that day at on campus or what's available to do on campus. Are there any fun formal dances? Are there any game nights? I love just being able to push out helpful information to people
that's
there.
really cool because also the audience on that, which we're going to promote on this podcast too, so people can see. Because also thinking about your journey to Elon and what you love about it, maybe there's a high school student right now is trying to figure out where to go, and if they could see a day in the life with what you're doing
Mhm.
there, they might get some inspiration to check it out, right?
Yeah, it
Which is
was
really
a
cool.
lot of fun coming back home this summer because I had a lot of younger students from my high school come up to me and be like, I love being able to see what you're doing. Um, it's even though they're not going to Elon, it's just been a big help seeing like, oh, like that's what they do in school. It's just a big help. So I do really
Yeah.
hope
What
people
I,
go.
it's funny because I'm thinking about this, like, I think about some of the organizations I've worked with before, and they're always trying to attract young talent to come work there and things. And there's a couple lessons here, not that, obviously the school is smart to do this because it gets people looking at you and the school. But I'm thinking also of some of the hiring managers and people that follow this podcast that may be trying to figure out ways how to engage with people like yourself, right? As how they try to attract you to come work with them or work for them. It sounds like this could be a great way for people to inspire this generation is show them what it's like, right?
Yes. And give them just a truthful, what am I doing? What am I
Yeah,
eating? What am I
yeah.
wearing? Like it's very laid back. I never feel pressured to post. Obviously, there's like a certain quota I have to meet per month, per week, but it truly feels like nothing. So I'm just sharing what I'm doing and helping other
Comes
people.
naturally to
That
you.
comes very natural for sure.
So let's talk about your program you're taking. What are you taking at school and yeah, your programs and
So
what you're
I
doing.
am um I did change my major, so
Okay.
which I will
See,
talk.
I want to talk about
Yes,
that because there's a lot
yes,
of young people who struggle with this. They get in,
yes.
they think they're afraid to switch. They don't, maybe they do, but what was your journey like with that?
So I went into college always being a very science loving person. And I don't think I was ready for the jump from high school science to college science. I don't think
Interesting.
I was ready for it. Um,
What was different?
I honestly, I think it was just the way classes were taught. I came from a very small
Which is another thing,
private
small to even
school.
a small
Yeah,
college or university, but it's still bigger.
it's still bigger. It's still about double my even though it's not that many people, it's still double the amount of people I would have had in high school, so it was a little bit different. Um, I went into college majoring in astronomy. I wanted to um, get my master's in higher education and then be a professor for astronomy.
Okay.
Um, I still have the same. after my bachelor's track. I still want to get my master's in higher education and move up in a college, but instead I'm majoring in human service studies with a minor in leadership studies, and I might be adding a business administration
Wow.
minor somewhere. Um, the first semester I was talking to a couple of my aunts and uncles and um a few professors even asking like what what would you see me doing? Like
Hmm.
if you were to like based off of how much you know about me, what would you say about me? And
Interesting questions.
without a
That's a
doubt,
cool
every
question.
single yeah, thank you. Every single one of them, without a doubt, either said teacher or somebody, I don't know, like somebody that like goes out and helps people, somebody who's talking to somebody, somebody who is like a college admissions recruiter. And that is honestly, that job has always been in the back of my
Hmm.
mind, just because, again, I have
An
many
uncle?
people in my family, my uncle, who are in administration. And I remember always talking to him about his job growing up, and I was just so interested in it, especially once I was in the process of
Hmm.
applying to college. I learned so much of the behind the scenes as I was doing it, and I fell in love with the idea of me being the one able to help students that are my age currently get into their school or help attract them to the school that I'm working for. As I said about like cheerleading and the social media ambassador, I've always loved being a representative of what
Hmm.
I'm a part of. So I feel like it's just yet another step up in a like kind of the leadership world. I
Yeah.
feel like I'll still be able to use all of the leadership skills I've learned throughout my life and just go out and recruit people to come back. It'll help me be able to travel when I'm in my like 20s.
Yeah.
I can travel around and help get people from many different places. So that is what I'm looking
Maybe Elon will give you
towards
an
doing.
opportunity to do that, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. There you go. No, that's a and I think that's a good message here too, is to explore everything and look at things,
Yeah.
right? Don't shut a door yet. Like you
Yeah.
can do so much with your education's your fundamental building block, but your experiences and lived experiences, what's going to drive your
Yes.
passion and your work, right?
Yeah,
So that's so
for
cool.
sure.
Man, that's so cool. Okay, so let's peek into the future for a second. Any dreams, goals, you got your sights on, whether it's at school or beyond? I mean, you kind of shared a little bit then lost
Yeah.
this, but any thoughts?
Um, I think just to continue on like my job and career, because I don't want to say that like a big goal of mine is to be successful, but nobody wants to fail. I really just want to be no like leave a lasting impact on at least one person's life and being like that person
Hmm.
like really helped me.
Yeah.
I really just want to make a positive impact in any way that I can. And I'm not just saying this to sound good. Like I genuinely
No, I
want
can feel
to
it
be
on the way you're
somebody that,
explaining it. Yeah.
yeah, I want to be somebody that like somebody tells their kids about one day and is like, there was this girl like back in college or back at my job that said this to me or like did this for me. Like I always just I want to be somebody that leaves a lasting impact, not because it like helped my ego or anything, but because I truly enjoyed the idea and actually helping people in any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form. I just want
I
to
could
leave a good
I could see it. You're truly authentic with that. Like you really mean it,
review.
and it
Yeah.
and it comes through loud and clear in the way you explain it, the smile on your face, everything. Like it's awesome. I'm so
Thank
excited.
you.
I can't wait to see where you go. So I know we're getting to the end, so I just wanted to see if there's anything else you wanted to touch on before we kind of start to wrap it up. Is there anything I didn't ask you or something you wanted to share? Thinking again with maybe the audience, any last minute thoughts you might want to say.
Um, Probably just like reiterating what I said before, listen to your gut. Um, in anything, especially once you get to school. Picking what school you want to do, like want to go to, what you want to major in. If you feel like this isn't right for me, I need to change something, do it. Don't be scared, as I also said.
Yeah.
Even when you get to college, everybody's trying to be out there making friends. It's not as scary as it looks because everybody's in the same boat. Everybody wants to make friends. Everybody's joining things that they never thought they'd be like participating in. Um, so yeah, just don't be scared and just go and do it.
Amazing advice. Well, thanks again, Bianca. Your story is such an important reminder that the leap from high school to university isn't just a change in address, it's a change in the step in your voice, your purpose, and your power. So I really thank you for joining today.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. I really
Amazing.
appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, you can catch more of these episodes and inspiring stories at Coffee with Convery. And don't forget to also follow us on Instagram. Until next time, remember, success isn't always about climbing the corporate ladder. Sometimes it's about also building your own jungle gym.